Okay. Let's call the meeting to order. Do I have a motion for the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good one, too.
That was over again.
No, this is.
Jason Polowski?
Good evening.
Evening. Okay, you know why you're here this evening?
Yes.
Okay, let me pull this. Oh, okay, why do you think you're here this evening?
A guy hit another guy in the bar.
Well, you know, did you call the police?
No, I was sleeping.
Well, you weren't working that day?
No.
Was somebody called the police from your place?
I believe the guy who was hit had contacted the police.
Yeah, see, that's supposed to be the job of you or your bartender, and they should be informed of that. Plus, what was that note on here that we've had problems in the past. The police department not working with the police department as far as getting your camera work and everything to them.
I came there the minute they called me.
You got cameras?
Yep. Yeah, I sat with the officer at whatever it was, 2:30 in the morning or something. You know, watched the videotape of him.
But you weren't able to provide the videotape. He just had to watch it with you because you were having problems once again with the surveillance, or am I correct?
No,
Unable
there was
to burn
something
a
like
copy of the surveillance
That sounds
footage due to
Yeah, they were
technical
able to-
difficulties.
Yeah, I mean, the system's old. I know we downloaded a CD for him before in the past when I've had a problem. But I mean, he didn't ask me for a CD at that time of the video itself.
Not sure
Well-
what the report says.
Mr. Chair,
Oh, wait.
I was gonna bring this up on a later report from today, but I'm not gonna put on the businessman's hat here. I mean, we don't require bars to have video surveillance,
No.
right? I mean, there's a statement from a police officer from a different report where the police officer apparently told the business owner that he was required to provide a copy of his tape. If a bar has a videotape, is he required to provide that?
There is, under our ordinances, a duty to comply, or at least to cooperate with officers. They don't have to let them do everything, but if they have information, they're supposed to cooperate.
Right. Because this whole video thing is, you know, and I'll use my case. You know, I have a 20-year-old system. The one time I had to provide information to the police department, I essentially just took the hard drive out and handed it to the police. You know, never got it back. But I just don't understand. I guess I didn't understand the duty to comply, and then again in a different report where, now I'm not defending what happened here. You know, we see this all the time. No one knows who the guy was. The bar did not call. I mean, this happened.
The bartenders didn't even see it happen.
Yeah. Well, that's what the bartender says.
I mean, to tell you the truth, it took me and the police officer a good half an hour to find.
Yeah. And it was, the guy was sitting at the end of the bar by the ice
It happened
machine, and the guy
in
just
like
walked
2
up. And,
seconds. Like there was a couple guys, a couple empty chairs in between
Yeah.
them. The guy literally within 2 seconds went over there, hit him once, and sat back down.
yeah, and the bartender didn't see that, and the victim didn't say, "Hey, this guy just hit me."
The victim told us that he got hit by the pool table, which is on the completely
Yeah.
other side of the bar. I mean,
And you don't know who the victim is.
I didn't know who the guy was. That
You
Yeah,
know
I
who the
didn't know-
victim is, but you didn't know who the assailant was.
I didn't even talk to the
Okay.
victim. I don't know either of the guys.
Okay. You know, the problem is that we have these things happening in bars, and somehow magically the bartender didn't see a thing. That's really the crux of the problem to me.
Yeah.
Okay, the bartender's job, they have an operator's license. And operate means operate. Doesn't mean look the other way. Doesn't mean shake dice with your 3 buddies.
Right.
As an owner, you should be instilling this in your bartenders. Your job is to know what's going on in a bar all the time.
I agree. I agree. I mean,
And I guess that's why you're here, because at least in this occasion, this bartender had no clue what was going on.
yeah.
That's our concern.
the reason I put that in the report was if you remember in the past report, when a gentleman was at his bar and he went home, slipped on the ice and fell and passed away. He didn't even, they didn't even know who was working, they couldn't even employ.
Right, that was,
you know.
that wasn't, it was the same location, that wasn't this operation.
Okay,
It was a-
so now it's just like now we have, according to the officers, that, you know, there's video, but there was a technicality where they couldn't download it right then and
Oh.
there. So it's just like,
Well, so now I would ask, under this duty to comply, could the officer ask the guy, you know, these systems aren't that big, and oftentimes they have removable hard drives. If the
I've got
officer,
a CD burner, and I mean, he never asked me for a
he
CD.
never asked you to burn a CD.
well, that's contrary to what the police officer said.
Okay.
So I just, yeah, just with the previous owner and now, it's just like, we wanna see you comply with the police.
Yeah.
And the fact that the bartender didn't even call the police.
Yes.
So, you know, it's just, some people would call that a pattern. And I just wanna make sure that
I
that
apologize,
pattern
and
is, that you comply with the police.
I had no reason not to comply. Like I said, when the minute the officer called me, woke me up, I got on my clothes and I came right down there. It wasn't like
Appreciate
a,
But, and I'm gonna go back to this previous incident where they couldn't even recall the name of the bartender working. You had nothing to do with that business at the time.
that was my business partner I got rid of. That's why the name's changed for the
Okay.
business and stuff.
Okay. So in a sense, you did have something to do with that
I
business.
still own part of the business at the time.
Yeah, so that
that
is
was-
concerning, I guess. I
Well, that
thought
was
that
a
was.
turning point for me, part of the reason why she's no longer
Okay.
a partner with me.
Well, you heard our concerns, and you need to really watch and cooperate with the police. Call the police when something like that happens.
Yeah.
So, do I have a motion to place in file?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Tina Minto?
Hi.
No. And, well, you should know why you're here. Okay, the most troubling was the one, I believe it was on the 7th,
Yeah, that's what.
where somebody was standing outside of your bar with a gun. And no call came from the bar, the call came from somebody who flagged down a squad. I believe a taxi cab flagged down a squad and said, hey, there's somebody walking back and forth in front of the bar with a gun.
It was
And-
actually down the block or something that it was stated, and somebody had called, and that the police had came out, and he had no gun on him, apparently, is what
Well,
it
they said he
was.
had a BB gun. He was charged.
Okay.
Find it here.
Silver revolver.
Well, the witness said silver revolver, but when the police got there, he had a black BB gun.
BB gun, okay,
And that's what he is charged with.
okay.
So, I think they also said, didn't it say he was highly intoxicated, or was that the other one?
Is this neighbor couple?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are they allowed in the bar still?
No.
That would be my first question.
right, no,
Neither of these people are allowed in your
No.
establishment, and all of your staff knows that.
correct.
Okay. That's a very good start.
Okay, are we mixing the two up, or is the
There-
same
I
one?
guess
Well,
it was,
they're the
it's
same people,
the,
isn't it?
it's the two
Same people,
same people.
Same
Right, I
case.
guess they
Right.
got into an altercation earlier, and the police were out at their house. Unbeknownst to us, we didn't know that.
Mhm.
And I guess the police have a problem with this couple. It's a long extending problem. And we didn't even know that. So when the police got there, they already said, well, we know this couple. And they actually came twice for the couple. They took one away and then came back for the female.
Mhm.
And because she had got belligerent and punched somebody.
Right.
And we showed them the video on the phone. And I think I was part of that situation. I wasn't working. This was at closing time. So the bartender did have somebody call the police, and the police came back out, and they talked to her. And I don't know. I don't know if they arrested her. I think they told her to go home. The bar manager told her to go home. The bar manager even handed her purse and told her to go home. And she just didn't. I think she felt it was our fault that her boyfriend got arrested or whatever. We had no knowledge of what he was doing.
The other thing was is that they're both highly intoxicated. It's to us that word's coming up more and more.
Right.
And I realize sometimes it's hard to know when someone's totally drunk or something. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. but we hear this over and over again, you know, and that's when incidents happen, you know, like this, when people are highly
I
intoxicated,
can't
they
say
don't
that
think.
if they were, right, and I can't say that if they were drinking, prior to that. I don't know her so well, I know of her, just seeing her when I stop in, but the gentleman I know a little bit better, and I wanna say that they were on some other substance besides.
But were they in your bar when were they drinking in your bar the night of the gun incident?
She didn't even finish her, he had just walked in. My understanding is that they had just gotten to the bar, they had gotten into an argument, he came to get away from her, then she followed after him. Somebody had called outside, whether she had somebody call or the police were called, said that about the gun or whatever, and then they came and took him, and then she had left. Now, he was gone for a couple hours. She decided to come back at the end of the night, right before closing, so she didn't even have a cocktail. You can even see it on the video. So they didn't even have cocktails at the bar. He got arrested immediately at the bar.
Right, of course.
And then she left because she was complaining about the police taking her boyfriend away. And she went about her business. She came back at the end of the night, I think it was 10 or 15 minutes before closing. And then she hit somebody in the bar. They got into a fight. You can see on the camera that they were on the floor. She didn't even have a cocktail. And then she was actually, and then we called the police and the police came back.
So what happens if she comes walking into your bar with one of your bartenders? What do they obviously
all know.
tell her to leave?
Yeah.
And if she doesn't, what do you do?
We're calling you, we're calling the police.
Call me. You call the police.
Mr. Chair.
All in way.
And you know what could have prevented all this is if your bartenders would have stopped serving her days or weeks or even months ago before this turned into just a chronic problem for her.
Well, we've never had a problem in our bar with her and him. This happened,
Yeah.
they live,
They live a couple doors down.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, they live down the block,
Yeah.
in the middle of the block going down 64th, like we're on National and
Yeah.
they live down. But, you know, I'm not outside
No,
seeing
I
what they're
understand that,
doing.
but everybody seemed to know her.
Yeah, we
It
know
seemed
her,
like she
yeah.
was spending hours there at a time.
She
I
would come
understand
in,
you're in the business of selling drinks,
right.
but some people just need to get cut off sooner.
Oh, yeah. That particular night, like I said, they didn't even have cocktails because everything happened the way it happened.
That was just the one instance. There was a second instance.
There's
Yeah,
two
yeah.
instances,
Yeah, where the
right.
bartender's actually fighting. He
Yes,
went hands
yeah.
on with the girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she,
Tyrone.
yeah.
Who's Tyrone?
Tyrone.
Yeah.
She,
And Tyrone, your business partner in this, or
he's the manager.
seems to me you told the police you were part owner. When I read the police report.
Part owner, manager, that's what we were talking about.
And
Okay.
yeah, and there's a couple instances we're talking about. We're kind of mixing up two
Right.
different police
Right.
reports here.
Right, the second one.
So, why did were you trying to throw the person out? Why were you
I
fighting?
had
the
broke
person?
the fight. It was a fight. We were outside. We came back in. Then the fight got broke up. I told her to leave. I handed her a purse. Then she pushed me. So then I grabbed her, and then I was holding the pool table. Then she got off, pulled her off the pool table. She still wouldn't leave. I started cleaning up a mess of beer that was on the floor. Still wouldn't leave. Walked to the door, turned around, came right back in. Still wouldn't leave. Then I walked over to her by the door, and then I finally pushed her out. Then next, that was a little bit before the bar closed, and then I just locked the door. That was it.
See, first of all, you should have called the police ahead of that. Any of that stuff happens, call the police. We won't hold it against you. You know, when someone, especially in this case where she's a problem. The second thing, and is a pet peeve of mine, is that so many bars think that if they get the people out the door, well, now they're okay with it. You know, now the neighborhood has to put up with these people, and they don't. You know, that's still your problem, even though you got your door locked. You know, that person's still your problem. You should call the police right away.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, that's what we have to do. Do you have anything else, Jessica, on there?
Mr. Chair.
Alderman Wagon?
So these two incidents are like 2 days apart.
What two
No,
incidents?
it was the same, it was at the same time. This all happened at the same
What was the
time.
first incident?
With,
July 7th, July 8th.
Yes.
You talking about with Marty?
Yeah,
No.
well, it's the same.
That was the
Yeah,
same
well,
thing.
it's-
That started at their house.
So it was before midnight. He walked up to the bar. They came and arrested him right away. So he had no cocktails there. She came in 15 minutes before the bar closed and transpired with all of this. Maybe 20 minutes before the bar closed. She didn't even have a cocktail in the bar. And then the police were called.
but
So it
the
was the same day,
police
but,
came, but the police left and then they came back?
yes,
Well, originally they were there for them from what happened down at the house.
right.
Right. And then they left the house before the police got there, so they were in the bar. And then the police came and grabbed him, and then they didn't take her, they just took him.
Right.
So then she came back in,
Right.
and she was sitting there. I think she got a drink, but she didn't get a chance to drink it because then she ended up getting into an argument with the girl that she was in the fight with when all this started to happen.
But, you know, just call the police, you know, ahead of time. It could have solved a lot of problems, especially, you know, you got a good case, and it's a person that we kicked out of here and
Right,
everything
yeah.
before, so.
No, and I
We're
understand.
not gonna serve you. Your $9 is not that important to us.
Exactly.
No, I understand that now, but I'm just used because I used to do security, and we was always just told just to get them out the bar. That was
Right.
it. So to me, and to my mind, thought is if it's a problem in the bar, if I eliminate the problem, that's what we were always told to do. That was it.
Yeah.
Where
But
was
I
that?
think
I did
sometimes,
security at when it was Bada Bing on 68th in Oklahoma.
yeah, we,
So
yeah.
I'm just saying in general, if that's what they always told us, just get them out the bar. And that's
We'd
it.
rather have the police deal with it, you know, because obviously it escalates something else, especially when this guy's, it's only a BB gun, but he's walking out with a gun, you don't know.
No, I understand that.
You know,
He might
so-
have switched, we don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, we don't know,
Yeah.
so. But, okay, does anybody have anything else?
We don't wanna see you here again. Cut people off sooner.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to have regular customers, people that
Right.
maybe come in regularly.
Sure.
But people sitting in a bar just getting plastered, not a good idea.
Like I said, I think they were on
He knows
some
that.
other
He owns
type
bars.
of.
No, we
substance.
understand, and that's completely understandable. I just didn't know nothing about the whole situation, about what we were supposed to do. I just thought once you just break it up and get them out. That's, I mean, like I said, I did security. That's what they told us.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
here we want you to call the police, because the police are trained for that, so.
Not a problem.
Do I have a motion to place on file?
So
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Yep, you too. John Mikowski?
He called, he's not gonna be able to appear tonight.
Okay, we'll put him on the agenda
That
next
was
time.
the fender bender in the parking lot?
Yeah, I thought it was a highly intoxicated. Anthony Vasquez Jr. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Anthony? Abigail Sindlar. Oh, come on. Abigail? Okay, we'll wait on her. Well, she's the one we denied last time, because
Yeah.
she didn't show up 2 times.
That's right.
Daniel Christ. Chris? Okay. Okay, you're looking for, see, this is a new license. Oh, okay, that's right. Didn't recognize the name off that, which is a good thing. If I don't recognize the name, that means they're allowed.
we don't see him.
Right.
We used to recognize.
Sort of conduct. Are you working there now?
Mr. Chair,
Alden Weigel?
you're in here because you had an OWI in 13. I think you probably know that, right? And the reason we call you in is because as a bartender, we're going to be expecting you to be making that call for your customers sometimes, saying, you know, you probably had enough. You saw we just had other bar owner in here. Customers are highly intoxicated. Nobody wants that. Okay. And you made some bad choices for yourself, and we're going to be expecting to make good choices for your customers. It's important. I mean, it really is. It's not something that does anybody any good. You know, the customers oftentimes doesn't understand that you're doing them a favor by cutting them off. Might be blowing your tip. I get that, but really the most important thing is that your customer gets home safely. This is your first West Dallas license? Okay. We also have the rest of a little spiel for anybody else getting a new license here. I think you might have picked up on it. We expect you to be a partner with us in solving problems. Call the police. Don't put your hands on your customers. We have trained professionals that do that. You know. There will be an occasion where the police may send somebody in not of legal drinking age. If you get the ticket, you'll probably have to pay it, and your boss might fire you. You know, it's important to card people. What am I forgetting?
I think we nailed it. Don't get another OWI.
Well,
Yeah.
we do have officers that will come into the bar, you know, underage people to see if you serve.
I mentioned that.
We did already.
Yeah, I know you read.
Okay, I was reading ahead.
He never listens to me anymore.
You talk too much. Okay. Do I have a motion on this?
Move for approval. Mr.
Second.
Chair.
Who seconded?
And this committee's actions tonight go to the full council at the next meeting, which will be the first Tuesday in September. And you're gonna pass, but,
Okay.
and then it'll be acted on favorably, we imagine, it will be. And then your paperwork would either be, you could pick up your license the next day at the clerk's office between, say, 10 a.m. and, say, 2:30, and after that it goes into the mail to your address and record. So
Okay.
you do not have a license right now, just so you know.
Hmm?
Okay.
I have
Sometimes
a
you-
temporary that I believe.
You
is-
got a temporary?
Yeah.
Okay. But sometimes people think, well, I went to the committee and they said yes. Well, it has to go to the whole council and then somebody has to sign.
So I don't have to show up to another meeting?
You will not.
Okay.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Good luck.
Thank you.
Paul McGivern?
Yeah.
Lou?
Hi, how you doing?
Another new applicant, let's see, Paulie's.
Yeah.
And you bartending there now?
Yeah, I've been there a month and a half.
And so you're familiar with all the rules and regulations, and you heard everything that we said here?
Yeah, I've been bartending 12 years, so
Obviously, the reason you're in here is because of the
felony.
2002,
Yeah.
yes. And
Yeah, I
so-
went through this in Germantown, so.
Yeah, can you tell us what that was about? I know it was a while ago.
Just young and dumb.
Well, what was stolen? It says
Money. I stole money from my company.
from the company you worked at.
Yep.
And you got caught and,
Served my, at Huber. I've been at my place of business 13 years now. They hired me on that right after it happened. I got 3 kids, be married 15 years this September. So, mistake I made, paid for it, and haven't done anything else since.
Move
And
on.
been bartending part-time, kind of off now the last 12 years. So, but I was at Barley Pop. I had to do it in Germantown, Menominee Falls. Didn't have to. I've known Paul Vudiak for quite a while, so, and you guys had me come in, so.
Does anybody else have anything? Do I have a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
no. Just being
Give you an,
consistent.
Gotta wait till
Yeah. You're still gonna be okay.
What,
Okay, it's a 4-1 goes to the council. There's 5 other aldermen that have to vote, all the
It'll be-
persons that have to
It'll
vote.
be.
So,
9-1.
we'll see. So-
and you said, because I got the temporary one or whatever through the 16th, I think, of September.
Right.
And then you
Six-
said it's the first Tuesday or
Yeah,
whatever.
the
Yeah,
6th.
yeah.
It'll be the
so it'll be the
6th. so
6th.
It should be
Yeah, so you have to pick it up or it should get mailed to you in time.
Perfect.
I don't know how
Okay.
mail delivery is way up there in the falls.
All right.
Here in the city, it would be like a day.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Molly Wickham. Evening. I like those little yellow tabs there. Decent. Okay, another new application. Heartbreakers. Okay, do you know why you were called in?
I'm assuming because of my record.
Yes. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, there's a number of things on here. Yeah, they were, what, 4 years ago, a little less than 4 years ago was the last one.
Mr. Chair,
A little while ago.
what was the nature of the burglary that you were convicted of in Menasha? What was that about?
With the wrong people, at the wrong place, at the wrong time. I wasn't hanging out with the right crowd.
Well, what was stolen?
It was like TVs. So the incident was my friend, his sister was having a baby at the time, and she was literally in the hospital. Her boyfriend, that was the father of the child, apparently beat her, so she wanted her stuff out. That's the impression that I was under. Like, we had a key to get in and everything. So it wasn't like we broke in. So that's the impression that I was under until after the fact. I found out that, no, he wanted to steal her stuff.
And you still got convicted on that?
Yes, sir. Because I didn't call the police after I found out knowledge of it.
Oh, I see.
Anybody else have anything?
Was that the burglary in 2012? Is that what you're talking about?
Must be.
Yes.
It says in here convicted felon as well. And it
That's
says not
correct.
sure if this is the same Molly.
I was convicted of theft of movable property,
Yeah.
which is a class
Yeah.
I felony.
Mhm. It wasn't
And I
resolved
was-
with a burglary, it was resolved with a theft instead.
So that was 2011 then?
So that is a felony.
Yes, depends on the value or the dollar amount.
Right.
But if it's at a certain level, then it becomes class I felony, which is the lowest level.
Which I'm trying to get expunged. So it's out of my record.
Mhm.
So I'd like to go to law school. And I don't think I can be an attorney with that on my record.
Anybody have it? Any other comments? Do I have a motion?
I'll move for approval. Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
I just
Okay.
I'll point as well.
Okay. That's, okay. So it goes in front of the council. 5 other council members aren't here. And so we'll vote on the 6th night, so.
On
Okay.
September 6th?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Christopher Newman.
Neiman.
Neiman. Okay. Okay. Another bartender's license. Oh, apologies. You're there now too?
Yeah, I've been helping him walking down, working the door and stuff.
And you know why you're here.
Absolutely.
94. You just don't forget, do you?
I was doing the math on the last, 22 years ago.
21 years.
21
Last
years?
one, 1995.
Yeah, but that's a date of
But
conviction.
that's 3 OWIs.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it was 90, 93, and 95. And in the middle there, you had a drug paraphernalia possession that was dismissed. And then you had a distribute drugs to minor in 93 also. Was that pot for your buddy or something?
I have no idea what that was. In fact, I did some work for the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department. I did software upgrades on all the squad cars for their 911 dispatch software, and that came up under that too.
Well, how old were you in 1993?
23.
Let's see. Okay. I don't know, have we ever approved anybody with 3 OWIs?
We've done
Even though it was a long time ago. Pardon me?
We did two. Remember the one guy lived above the bar, and the
Oh,
other guy
right.
lived across the street from the bar.
Yeah, well, the guy across the street ended up having a problem there too.
Mm-hmm. That didn't turn out so well for me.
No.
Mr. Chair,
Alden Weigel.
you have a full-time job now? You do something else?
I don't. As of August 1st, I quit.
Okay.
So, but I've been in the professional workspace business development for the last 8 years, working in banking.
So bartending would be your only job right now?
Well, it's going to pretty much be part-time. It's like a fallback thing, pretty much, because I'm still looking for professional employment as business development officer.
And you've been working at Polly's for a while?
I've been just helping them out there in State Fair at the door and stuff
Okay.
like that.
But, you know, and, cause it's,
Polly runs a pretty tight ship.
yes, he does, but you could continue to work at Polly's without a license, cause I imagine most of his bartenders have a license, you understand that?
Yeah, I understand how that works.
And if we grant you a license, you could go work at any bar in the city then.
Yeah, after seeing some of the people up here, I don't know about that call.
Mm. So,
And Mr. Chair,
Alden,
yeah, there were 3 DUIs, but the last one was 21 years ago. He's been clear since then. I would be in favor of granting this license with it being so remote. It's 21 years ago. The other part of that too is the only reason that we see a lot of these older DUIs is it used to be under the law that they would drop off. Now they don't drop off anymore. Once you have one, it's always there. In the past, these are DUIs that we wouldn't even see. So I'm going to move for approval.
I will second.
is there any further discussion?
So our requirement is now greater than 21 years. We forgive.
Well, it's our discretion.
Yes.
We
Well,
don't.
we have to be consistent, I think.
Any further discussion?
Oh,
All in favor?
Aye.
All noes?
No.
No. Okay, so once again, it goes on the 6th.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
And to tell you more, also, that you'd want to be there.
You may
on
you
this.
may want to be there.
This was a close vote. This was a 3-2 vote in favor of the
Okay.
committee. So there'll be some discussion with the full council about.
Will I be
you.
notified of the date and time of that by mail like I was for this
No.
one?
Generally,
No.
no. It's
No.
Tuesday, September 6th,
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock,
Okay.
7 p.m. in the big room.
All right.
And even furthermore, there is a time for citizen participation during the agenda process.
Okay.
In the agenda, so when you go into the common council meeting, you take an agenda, you'll see there's a point for citizen participation. You may wish to speak on your behalf at that time.
Fair enough.
Say, I'm the guy who's up for a bartender license, and explain to us, to the council, what you've done in the last 21 years since the last DUI.
Sure.
Well, not everything.
No, they're right.
You just
Tell you my whole life
recommended
story.
Not everything, but you understand my gist.
It's,
Yes.
it's easier getting banking licenses than getting a bartending license, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we know what banking's done for this country.
Fair enough.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep. Have a good one.
Sherry Lorimer? We have another new license for Remy. You put down two things you had on here, but it was more in the back. Okay, I remember that. And I mean, some of these was a while ago, but got a two-pager here. We don't get those too often, you know, in the police reports. You know, and ending in 15 where you had battery to an enforcement officer.
Which was dropped to battery, which is under appeal right now, so.
We just got to go by what's in front of us here. Then you had a, well, I don't know if it's the same case, battery convicted. It's the same dates on there.
It's, that was dropped down to a battery.
Well, you have in Greenfield in June of 12, you have hindering an officer. You have criminal damage to property. You have vandalism. You have escape criminal arrest that was dismissed. That was in 08.
Dismissed.
You have, Mr. Chair, if I could.
Wait.
You have a long and very consistent record dating back to 1995. And continuing, you got a couple gaps here, a year or two here. Did you spend time like in jail at all along the way here?
I just got out, I was in there for a year,
Yeah. So, and,
for the battery charge.
yeah, and going up, you know, until June of last year, of just operation while suspended, operating while intoxicated, battery, bail jumping, vandalism, disorderly. I'm going to move for denial based on the record.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Sorry. Stephanie Seefeld. Okay, another new application. You don't have a bar yet, but you're.
I'm working at Bottoms Up. I thought I put that on there.
No, it's not.
Unless,
Okay. Manufactured to deliver.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Weigel.
Stephanie, on your application, there's the question about if have you ever been ticketed, arrested, or fined? And it says, if yes, complete the section below, use the other side if necessary. You put down manufacturing, deliver, THC, Germantown, 2010, probation complete. That's all you put on? That's your only criminal, you never ticketed, arrested for anything else?
not arrested.
ticketed, arrested, convicted, or fined.
Like parking
And it says,
like speeding
including,
tickets.
and it says felony, misdemeanor, civil, and traffic. It's all written on the application.
Okay, I've had a few traffic.
Yeah. Drug paraphernalia, false ID, drug paraphernalia, manufacture, deliver non-narcotic, manufacture, deliver THC, possession of THC, failure to obey, speeding, bunch of traffic stuff too. I'm gonna move for denial based on an incomplete application.
Do I have a second?
Second. Ma'am, did you drive here today?
Oh, I got dropped off, but I have the key because, yes, I did drive here today.
You did drive here today?
Yeah, I just got my, thing from the mail saying I could go and get my license. So I was gonna try to make the B&B, but I missed my timing, so.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have your license right now either?
No, I was gonna go and get it tomorrow.
Well,
Do you have somebody you can call to get picked up from
yeah,
here?
because you're gonna try to get, you're gonna get in that car and you're gonna get her
Yep.
pulled over, so. Okay, so I have a motion to deny and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Sorry. Christine Ann Stanfield. Christine? Do I have a motion?
This is second.
This is second appearance.
Well, this is the one who has driving as an offense. Move for denial based on second non-appearance.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Maria Rapinas. She called?
Starchevsky?
She called?
She was called.
No, okay.
No, she didn't call,
She didn't
notify us?
call,
Oh,
said
no,
she
she
came
didn't
back.
call.
Okay, we'll hold that to the end. Okay, it's 50. Okay, we're passing on foods, but I think we're gonna hold that,
Mm-hmm.
because we have, coming back to some, okay,
Holding the
Parthenon.
Parthenon.
Okay.
Then we have the communication from Kevin McFadden from 7/3.
Move to place on file.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Then we have Van's Kitchen. And did everybody see this?
I don't think they have.
Pardon me?
I don't think they have, because you
No.
and I have seen it.
Looks like it's dated today.
Yeah, it's dated today.
So everything is up to date.
Hey.
Hey.
So, let's see, we have the summons complaint. Do we want to keep this, or should we just place everything on file? You think it's easier just to,
Mr. Chair?
So I think procedurally what we have to do is, they were never approved for that 15-16 license, so if you're gonna approve that and then move on to the 17 license.
And he's paid for both of those licenses.
well, this is, okay, summons complaint was for the 15-16 license.
And he applied for the 17.
Okay,
Mr. Chair?
application for the 17, hold on, wait.
And did you speak to the applicant? Did you, or he just, I mean, the paperwork just showed up? I'm just curious if he's gonna proceed with opening up, or was this gonna be one of these
I
places?
did not speak to him. He
Okay.
spoke to one of my coworkers,
Okay,
and then the paperwork followed up.
followed up.
Mm.
Okay, not able to appear. So you're saying that we should first approve the old license? Oh no, finding recommendations, someone's complaint.
If I may, I know there was a finding and recommendations, was that ever moved on at all, or was that held? I don't know what procedurally that was
I think everything was held,
held.
because I got three.
It actually went
Jackets
to,
here.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It actually went to findings and recommendation,
Right,
and then he supplied a reply letter,
yeah, response from
a
them.
response asking for more time
Okay.
for the 15,
Response
16.
to findings, recommendations, okay, that's
Yeah, so they were.
number 20. And then you have the new license 21. And then we have what's 22.
So he's got like a 3-month provisional right now that he could be open on? Is that what I'm
Yes, he
seeing?
could have been open on it, yes.
Oh, it's, I'm
But
sorry.
he's not open.
It's Class B beer, and then the
I
other one
believe
is
he's
the wine.
operating.
Number 22 is the wine. So you're saying that we should, okay, if someone's a complaint, findings and recommendation of his letter, put those all on file for 16? Do I have that motion?
So moved. I move to place on file.
Second.
That's 18 through 20.
18, 19, 20, correct. Is there any further discussion on these? I just want to say I'm happy it's over. Hopefully. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, then we have 21, which is the beer license for 16-17, and the 22 is for the wine license.
Move approval.
Second.
This is for both of them, correct?
Right.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Tanya Bassett. Okay, you remember when you were here before, told you all those things, and I got a complaint, about motorcycles parking in the crossway, a lot of noise, people when they're out there smoking and making noise, and when the bar was closing, and the person couldn't make it tonight, but he called me this evening and he said this weekend had the same thing. There was a lot of noise, and I asked him what kind of noise, what hour. He says it was one around 1, and then another around 1:30 or 2 o'clock or something. He says where there was noise outside, and we've had this problem with bars in the past where people leaving. You can come up here too if you want. People when they leave, you gotta, when you're closing up, ask people to be courteous and everything, because we have that, don't rev up your motorcycles and everything. And in your neighborhood, people are watching you. I explained that to you, and we can't have this, go on and on. So and here we have, just been a little over a month, and already I'm getting the complaints on this. So you got to watch it, make sure the doors are closed, and the patient's making noise outside. It's, I explain here, costing that senior housing. And then we got a call on alcohol being delivered out of a car through the back door. I think we get an email on that. And you-
Mr. Chair?
Well, let me wait, go ahead, you understand it.
So Tanya, we met you. You're
Yes.
the owner, and you
Yes.
told us you were gonna be the operator, you're gonna be there on a daily basis.
Yes.
And I don't think I know the gentleman. Who are you?
Montel Hinton, he's my bar manager.
Okay. Okay. And you're familiar with the laws about buying liquor only from licensed wholesalers?
Absolutely.
Okay, not to say that there aren't some licensed wholesalers that,
We go to Raditz, we go
Yeah.
there, and then we have all the beer delivered, and we have the alcohol delivered too from, we have the receipts back from, what's the company? I don't have any paperwork that you have with us. But we order all our liquor from, what we can't get from the main company, we go to Raditz and get. So that's where.
well, there's like 5 main
There's
companies.
there's Johnson's, there's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of
Yeah,
them, right?
yeah. Well, I guess I was under the impression Tanya said she was gonna be running the business, and now we have a bar manager here who I didn't.
But-
So you're really not gonna run the business, he is.
We're both running a business, but he can order the liquors and so forth.
My availability is, I'm there more often with the availability,
Okay.
but she is there
Yeah,
as
so,
well.
so you're not typically there late nights?
I am there late nights, and specifically, I know for sure this weekend, there was no one out there at that time, because I was outside.
The whole time. Yep.
Yes.
We actually
And-
had a grand opening party. So there were people there, and there may have been someone out in the front smoking, but we do go out and let them know that there is a smoking area in the back. You can go in the back, but you can't take your beverages with you. So you can go in the back. And there was someone across the street talking for a minute, but you went over and told them right away that they
Correct.
have to remove themselves from having any conversation in front of the residents.
Because here's what's going to happen now. We've had summer. Everybody's had their windows closed with the air conditioning running. They don't really know what's been going on.
Right.
Now we're running into the shoulder seasons,
Mhm.
fall, and it's nice sleeping weather. The windows are going to be open, and your neighbors are going to hear everything.
Understood.
And they're going to call my good friend Alderman Chapleski.
Right. I've called him
And-
before I came in.
And then he's
so-
going to call you, and you're going to be back here again.
Mhm.
So we don't want
So,
that.
can I ask a question?
Sure.
How are they automatically associating double parking to our facility?
Parking in
Or-
the crossing.
Right.
Parking in the motorcycle in the crossing.
Right. And we don't want to.
So he was gonna be here, but he couldn't make it, but, I assume because he saw the people go in there.
We haven't had anyone riding any bikes coming in.
And I'm there every
So-
day, and then, I mean, I don't want to blame anything on the other
You don't
bar at
wanna
all,
throw anybody
because
under
Lonnie,
the
we have a
bus.
great relationship,
Yeah.
so we
Right.
don't want to do that at
Right.
all. He opens at all times. He come over and purchase food personally. Him and Ed, the people that work there, so we don't want to mix any bad relationships up. But we do, honestly, we are proactive at everything, and we're there every day. We ID.
Yes.
We make sure people don't stand in front. We know the problems that you guys had already with that bar.
You know, I do drive by
Yeah.
a lot
Okay.
and everything, but I don't drive by midnight or the
Understand.
later times.
Right.
So I haven't seen it, so.
But we are there at midnight, and we make sure everything is taken care of and ran the correct way. And if we can be more proactive, if there's any way that you can let us know how to be more proactive in going out and having people removed.
Mr. Chair, do you operate with like typically one or two bartenders?
Actually, if it's on a slower day, there's one bartender.
One bartender, and then on weekends maybe. Do
Two.
you ever have anybody dedicated to doing just security
We have a person at our door as well.
on weekend nights?
We do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if
Just,
I'm
just
there,
remind them that if it's quiet in the bar, just feel free to stand outside and see. Keep an eye on the neighborhood.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And we keep, if we have any DJs, they have to keep that music down. We do not open the door because the windows, because we were told the windows are not supposed to be open, which is not a problem.
Who told you that?
Someone from the Common Council told
Oh, yeah.
Tribute
Yeah,
to
playing the
Congress.
music and everything,
that they
yeah.
should have those windows
So-
open. And they're never open to where you can hear the music
We're making
outside.
sure we keep doors closed, windows closed. We're
Okay, so.
trying to not be in front of you guys.
Yeah, it just, I'm just trying to stress the point, about about the neighbors and everything, because, like, my policy's always been that you have to live with them, they don't have to live with you. So-
Absolutely.
Correct.
Okay, do I have a motion on this?
Move to place on file.
Second.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Great, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion
Have a
carries.
great day.
Ron, Millington. How you doing? That's what we wanna know, how you're doing.
I'm doing. I'm working.
Well, wait a minute, Packer season started already, preseason. Okay, wait a minute, that might be a technicality. You said you were gonna be open for Packers season. It's only preseason, so I don't know if,
Like I said, I was going to shoot to be open for September 15th. And things are going well, but it's taking a little bit longer. But I've done a lot of work on the place in the last 2 months than I've done the entire time I've had it.
so how long has he had a license? Well, technically he hasn't had it yet because he's not complied, but you went through 16, 15, 16?
Well, I basically, I was issued this permit, was issued to me on December 3rd of 15. So it hasn't even been a year since I've been issued a permit to do my building.
Mr. Chair.
Hold on, Waggle.
the date of the issue of that permit isn't really relative, because that wasn't issued until you applied for it.
I applied well before that, though.
You were here in the spring of 15, and you said you'd be open for football season of 15. You sat right there and said you'd be open for the football season of 15. And then we had you here again this last spring. You said you were going to shoot for football September 15th of this year.
Well, no, I was here in June, not spring. I was
Well,
here
okay, yeah.
in June. So I've been working every single day on this project. I had to switch my hood guy because when I had Ziggy wouldn't show up. I called and called and called. That's a major slowdown because if your hood isn't in,
There's
you
a
can't-
tin bender right here in West Dallas over on Schlinger. Can make a hood for you.
I got-
in 3 weeks.
I got a hood. I've got the guy. The hood's in right now.
Okay.
They've been working on it. I had 2 new HVAC units put up on the roof. I mean, I can go on and on what I've done. You know, the point is I am working very hard on this, and I want to be open as much as you guys want me to be open.
But the point is that, according to our ordinance with the license, you have to be operating for a certain period of time. I don't know what exactly it is, but, and you haven't been. So you really are in violation of the ordinance, and just by having a license and not operating doesn't, you have to be open and operating.
But it was never open. This was the
I know,
license.
It's never been open.
That's our
right.
point. That's
I
our
mean-
point. You have to be open. You can't just sit there and hang on to that license.
I don't want to, guys.
You
I
know?
mean, I'm really working
You
hard
had
on
it for
this now.
sale for a while. You were soliciting offers to purchase on Craigslist for that location for a while last
No.
year.
That the location was never ever for sale. Never.
You had, it was a Craigslist ad that referenced that location. I didn't save it, but it was about, I'll be your partner, we'll make money together. It was something like that, if I remember.
It was never to sell it. I was just looking to see if someone wanted to help. Like I have my other bar
Right.
down in Cudahy, and I have a perfect, great relationship with them. I was just kind of maybe looking for the same thing. It's nice to have another person
Yeah,
to help
yeah.
you along the way.
I understand, but
You know,
personally, I'm tired of this. Okay, we have other locations in the community that have already. There's one that's started maybe 2 months ago. Their grand opening is October 1st. She's already hired people. The building's being remodeled. She's going to open October 1st.
okay, I understand.
And this just started just a couple months ago with this location on 65th Street. I'm if I could vote to deny, revoke, suspend, whatever we need on this license.
Someone's in complaint, I believe.
Yeah.
There's already a license issued, right? We need to summons complaint.
Well, okay, we voted on it, but I don't think it was issued.
No.
Or was it issued?
If I may,
No, because he's not in compliance.
Owen wrote, I think we gave you till the first Tuesday of whatever our first meeting back was in September.
Well, you asked me when I was anticipating to be finished, and I
But
said I'm going to shoot for September 15th.
Here, we'll keep it with football season. You keep moving the goalposts on us, and we're done. We're done.
What I don't understand is the building sat for 8 years, and I'm trying to do something with it. I have spent a ton of money on this building in the last 2 months. I mean, seriously, I have spent a lot of money. And if you're going to take my license away from me, I am working now. I am shooting to get it done. I don't want to do a
What were
lousy
you doing
job.
a year ago when it was supposed to be open last September? What were you doing? So all that time you weren't doing anything
But
on
no,
it?
last
You
Sep-
came here, sat here, and said, "I'm going to have it open for football season of 15."
I couldn't even work because I didn't have my permit. There were so many things with the building and everything and codes and stuff that I had to go through. And you can talk to the fire marshal because they're very well aware of it. And then he retired, the one that retired, and I got backlogged after that. I mean, this has been a very hard thing to get through it.
So you're blaming our staff for your delays.
No, I don't want to blame any of the staff. I just want to work with everybody, and I'm doing that. I'm going through.
Again, we got a location on 65th and Greenfield. It had been closed for some time. Clearly, it wasn't a former Shakey's building. They're going to be open October 1st.
Did they have to do the extensive
You know,
remodeling
you know,
I had to do, though?
I don't think they have the experience in the business that you have. You have another location already. You were well aware of what you were getting into here.
Sure, I've done my other
Yes,
business,
yeah.
but I didn't have
This
as hard
this
a
has
time.
not been important enough to you all this time.
Oh, it
And
is
we're making
very
it important. We're making it very important to you now.
It's very important for me to
Nick,
get to.
Do you have exact wording in our ordinance as far as being open?
That's what I'm looking for right now.
Okay.
I thought it was 30 days too. Now
then I would
Okay.
take 30 days twice, okay?
And I
300 days.
So, well, he said that when we told him, he said the
Somehow the first Tuesday or a Tuesday in September, you promised. You said, I'll be done, then you gave us a spiel about, do you know how expensive doors are? I'm going, no, I really don't care, it's not my problem.
we want you done too, but we have an ordinance that we have to follow, because if we let you go, well, then somebody else that we try to take it away from, they're gonna come to us and say, wait a minute, you let them go
Shakey's,
for
yeah,
2
we let
years.
Shakey's
You know,
go.
how can you do that? And then our city attorney goes to court and, and loses.
Yeah, I understand.
So-
But it's like I bought the license from another bar.
Right, I know.
This is part of the procedures. When I originally bought the building, they had no liquor license. And I went through the steps of several months trying to get the license.
Right.
I was able to get it. I purchased the license. I had to actually buy the business, dissolve
You bought
that.
another business
Yeah, I
and moved
bought
the
another
license
business. And then I ran into the thing with the hood guy, and honestly, with the we were doing stuff with the fire marshal, and that guy retired. He even apologized to me. He says, "I'm retiring, and this is who's going to be taking care of it." And I had to go through the whole process again. He had to come do his evaluation for the occupancy people. I'm not here to blame anything. I am working on it. I have spent tremendous amount
But you
of
don't
money.
think you're gonna have it done by the 15th?
That's what it sounds like to me.
I am really shooting, and I don't think it's going to happen. I'm trying. I mean, I'm going to be very well advanced in the process of it, though. I really am.
It is 30 days under 9.352, lapse of license / permit. FYI. Unless good cause is given to extend that license, or by the License and Health Committee, which is what we got to this point.
I think if you were to see the amount of progress I have been making, it's been a complete remodel. I mean, I had the electricians in there. They basically said, you know what, take all the old electrical out and start over. And that's what we did. It just happened in the last couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
and I'm sure that way more expensive than you figured, but I don't know. Do I have any recommendations from the committee?
Because I'm asking you to consider the progress that I'm making. I feel like I'm under a tremendous amount of pressure to finish, but I understand why. You guys want it up as much as I do. If you take my license away from me, I am really, I mean, it's been sitting for 8 years, and I'm doing tremendous improvements to the building.
Well, you've had it for what, 2, 3?
I've had it 2.
2 years.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I would suggest that we hold the item another 2 months and
2 months.
2 months.
You have them open.
I think
by
you'll be
2 months.
pleased with the results. You really will. In the next, even the next, by the
Have any inspectors been in there recently and okay things?
they're going to be going through to
That's
check.
a no? So that's a no.
No, it's a no, but it's because we had to tear all the electrical out.
No,
and
I
start
just
over.
want to
We
know
just wanna know
if
where
somebody
you are
from
in the
staff has
process.
been in
No.
there, so.
No.
They will be though, like, because I need to close the walls up so they can put the panels on for the hood unit and stuff.
Alderman Barzak, did you want to say something? Okay. So 2 months?
I've got people telling me, that's my district, I've got people telling me, and one guy calling me, I'll let you figure out who they all are, saying, he's doing nothing.
I'm there every night. I park in the back
Well,
because
I know.
I'm being
I'm
honest.
just
I'm
telling you
there every day.
What I'm hearing is there's nothing done, and I said, well, he told us September, and they just politely laugh.
Yeah, well, trust me, I'm working.
Well, we've trusted you for 2 years.
September, October. So you're saying till October, end of October?
It should be open by then.
Yes,
Should've been by last October.
Well, I'm moving forward, and I got to look at the future, and I think that is reasonable. I will be open by then. It gives me enough time to do my bar. I mean, I'm not doing a bad job. I'm really doing a very nice job on this building.
Mr. Chair? So you're not, let's just say the third Tuesday of October, whenever that is. Probably right after the second Wednesday. I don't know. Whatever. And you're not done. What would you expect us to do? You're not done. Just yes, no. What would you do? Like, here's my license.
Yes, I would expect you to definitely
yes?
ask me why, yes.
We're asking,
No, we've been asking you why for
years.
2 years.
No, I'm saying that I will be open. The only thing would be is like if the inspectors came through and said, we can't give you because of that. I don't think that's gonna happen. I have gone through all this
No,
stuff.
this is.
No, the inspector hasn't been in your building in months. They have no idea what's going on in there.
They will be in there. If I have till October, I appreciate that. And I am going fast now. I think in the next month or so, you'll see a huge improvement.
No, you don't have a month or two. It's like the next month and a half.
Right. I'm confident. I'm very confident I get done by
So
then.
that's, you're saying the 18th.
Whatever the third Tuesday of October is. Is that
Mr.
what we
Chair?
came up with? Thank you.
If
Oh,
we
boy.
scheduled the summons and complaint process, or are we, and that would take 2 months anyways.
I can draft it, and I mean, you tell me when you want it done by, and I'll figure it out.
But as far as setting up the process, is gonna take 2 months? It can take less.
But we
I know,
could start it quick. We could jumpstart it and
I
have
could
it
have
ready.
it ready for that date, and
For the
if
18th.
you show up
Yes.
and nothing's done, and you guys want to start that process, then I'll have it here. If yeah,
I would ask you to.
Now you're asking for more than 2 months.
No, I'm not. I am asking you to, come on, you're putting a serious amount of pressure on me.
Well,
I'm doing what I can
well,
here.
But there's gonna, you don't understand the pressure that's on us, because you know, because you've had this license without being open this matter of time. We have other businesses, well, first of all, we have other businesses waiting for license, and we have other businesses that are gonna be in the same position, and if they don't get done, we can't tell them that we can give them more time.
Right, we'll give you another 2 years. We
And
can't
they're gonna
do that.
say, well, yeah, we'll give you 2 years, so it just, so.
I understand.
No, I don't think you
Okay,
do.
October
I
18th.
do.
It's like
I do
October 15th.
understand.
It's like to
So-
fish or cut bait.
So if I'm done that day and everything, when you say done, done with my whole project,
Done.
it's
Done,
done.
open.
Done.
Well,
Lights on.
Get an
if-
opening party.
If you don't have carpeting on the floor or something like that, I'm not
That's what I
referring to that,
mean.
you know, but I'm telling you, open for business.
Yes.
On the 18th of October,
Yes.
okay.
And that includes occupancy, that doesn't,
Yeah.
everything. That's not like, well, they gotta come back next Thursday to check a drain or something. No, we want done.
Plumbing, electrical, fire,
Everything
building.
done.
That's pretty scary that they're relying on the building department, but if that's what I
They'll
have
work
to
with
agree
you.
on,
Well, you know what? You call the alderman, if you're not getting it, if it's 2 weeks before the 18th and you're not getting, I'm sure.
Call me.
Yeah.
I know, make sure. Okay, so, but we have to make a motion for, the summons complaint. We gotta have a motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
Available on the 18th of October.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? So,
Mr. Chair, is there more discussion on this?
yes, go ahead.
It seems to be that, you know, that I've only been on this committee for a while. I'm not sure of the exact history regarding the gentleman here. I can see it through, you know, legislative reference and things like that. Is there something we can do to get building inspection in there now to give us a point of reference to where things really are? So if we're, and then in another, you know, I want to. At the same time, I want to see you open because I hate seeing licenses not used, as this committee knows.
as I'm learning.
Yeah, I really hate watching that because that we're keeping other businesses from moving in, which puts us in a bind. I would also like to see, on the other hand, though, our inspection department, if they can help in any way, move this along. I'd like to find a way to get the inspection in there,
Well,
and let's move the process along.
Do you know what they want you to do, the building inspection department?
Do you have a checklist from our building inspectors on the deficiencies in the building currently?
Not really a whole checklist. No,
Let's
nobody
get-
really
well,
came through and
then-
said, da, da, da. I just know.
That's something you need.
But do we do that? And there's the-
Why can't we?
come in? We can do that. But,
Yes.
okay, so you're gonna take care of that?
I will call Ed Lisinski tomorrow because
Ed's on vacation.
I will call.
Somebody will answer the phone.
Right.
Somebody.
I'll call Summer
Okay.
tomorrow.
So you get together, so you know where you stand, so you'll know exactly where you gotta be, what you have to get
She's
done
the
and
office
everything.
manager
You know,
up there.
to open, matter of fact, that's the
Sally
question I would
Nuss-
ask any
Nussler?
inspector that comes
Guess what
in.
it'd be?
It's like
What do I
it's like
need
Sally
done
Nussler at the health department.
to open?
And I pretty much do know now. I mean,
Right.
that's why I just said, take all electrical, start over. Because sometimes you really are. You're better off starting over.
Right.
And I was trying to do all this stuff in there. I'll do this, do that. And I'm like, just forget it, start over. And that's what I did. I just ripped a lot of some of the walls, and we just put brand new electrical. And the electricians will be there tomorrow. No, they'll be here on Thursday to run the rest of it.
I guess what I'd like you to see is that this committee is bent over backwards, and in 2 months, that's it. But at the same time, in those 2 months, we're going to do everything we can to help you.
Thank you.
Get to that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Which is going to hurt even more if you're not there.
No, I'm living
Okay.
there lately. I really have. Every night you come back, my van's parked in the back because otherwise everybody's like this, knocking on my door when I'm in the front. Honestly, they do.
No,
Just,
they do, you're right.
They constant.
Sometimes night's the best time to work.
Yeah, so I'm there during the day, but I park in the back. I keep the doors locked, and I just don't want to, just salespeople.
So you understand what this committee's looking for?
I understand what you're
Okay.
looking for, and I am going to
Mark the tape.
work.
Mr. Chairman, one more thing. I just, you really do get this now. I keep thinking like you don't get it.
Well, if you come over and take a look,
No,
you'll
October
see.
18th. October 18th is your drop dead date.
As long as the building, we're working together, and the building department is working with me, and we're trying to get the goals and stuff, I'm fine. I'll do whatever they want. This is get it open.
Okay, fine. That's where we are. So, okay, this is a discussion item, like motion to place it on file.
So moved.
Second. There's a spectator in the crowd watching. Yeah, motion on the summons complaint also.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you understand?
Any further discussion on someone's complaint?
No, you don't need to.
All in favor?
Aye.
We opposed? And then the motion to place is on file?
So moved.
Second.
I know, you got that already.
Okay.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, yeah.
Danny.
What is he here for?
He was late. He didn't know that you're good.
You're okay.
Yeah. We'll have to know from the plumbing inspector.
When are you going to
When are you going to open?
open exactly?
It's operational right now, like I'm doing the caterings and stuff. This week I had to drop my daughter at the college in St. Louis. So Tuesday onwards it'll be full-fledged.
So Tuesday
Okay.
you're opening for business?
No, like it's operational right now, like not with the complete full menu, but with a partial menu, and then the caterings are going on. So it's under.
What are going on? I missed
The
that.
caterings. We do the catering.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, the
Catering.
catering.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. So it's operational, but from Tuesday onwards, like the full-fledged. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
Everything was voted on, and it goes to the council on the 6th, so, for the final vote. But they all voted 5-0, so it shouldn't have any problems.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And we got your
Thank
letter. Obviously, there's, all these other people aren't here, so we'll hold all these until next time.
Well, wasn't there one of them?
There was
that
one.
just had a really thick. Who wasn't here?
Danny.
Abigail? Was that the name? Right here.
So, Rapina's wasn't here.
Yeah.
She didn't show up and she didn't call.
Oh, we did.
Right.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair,
Um,
I thought that license was gone on Rapina's.
I thought,
And I thought she knew that it was gone.
No, she didn't mind that we were gonna take it from her. Remember Diane
Yeah.
Bryant was
Right.
kind of her mouthpiece last time?
yeah.
And she just said, well.
And so that license doesn't really exist anymore.
I
Is that
think
correct?
it- Oh, it does not?
So that would be a new non-existing.
She applied for the 15-16, asked to have it transferred, never transferred it, never found a location, never opened. Would that drop off
And
then,
she didn't,
Nick?
and she didn't apply for the,
It's
Okay.
if it's over, it's over.
Yeah, she never applied for the 16-17.
okay, so there is no license there, so. So as far as the application to transfer and for the license, we can just place those on file? Or that's for the, wait, do we vote in favor for 15-16? I don't see anything.
No.
No.
We just held it.
You held
We
it.
held it all year
Because she
long.
needed to find a viable location.
Yes.
Okay, so technically these are all
Expired.
so it's just a matter of placing them on file. Number 14 and 15 on tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
And Abigail Sindelar, was that her had a reapplication after she was
Yes.
denied for 2 non-appearances.
She's died for 2 non-appearances,
And then she
and she
doesn't
didn't show
appear
up.
again.
And then she doesn't show up. But we
Why
give
is
her,
that on the agenda?
but we'd give her another one, wouldn't we?
We'll give her another one, because it's a new license, she paid all over again.
Yeah.
So,
She doesn't have a really bad, her record isn't terrible.
I don't know. We don't know, but
Right here.
she doesn't show up next time, we're gonna deny
She
her
has a
again.
valid DL. She can drive Nicker.
So, did that go okay? Oh, no.
She
Oh,
had
is there
worked
anything
at
else?
TAP 58 when
Yeah,
TAP
she was
58 was having
all
problems.
problems.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why she's, yeah.
I just want to let the committee know that Alderman Barzak and I are going to be introducing an alternative to the complete lifting of the ban, or the limit on the Class A.
I don't think that's on the agenda,
It's not
so
on
we
the
can't
agenda,
talk about it.
It's not, no, we can't discuss it, but I can inform you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm just informing you that it'll be coming.
Okay, is there anything else? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Hold up your cards.